It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Archer. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Archer. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead it 7-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week. They had some defensive miscues like that, and they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, one or two receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Archer now to throw on second down. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Archer looking to throw on second down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Archer. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's... will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They've got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Here's Hurts to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They'll try and run here with Swift. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now Jake Elliott, earlier in his career, he beat these Giants with a 61-yarder. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here that add to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Barkley, inside handoff. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd down and 11. The play fake. Archer. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So the 4th down conversion has them inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Now a turn and a give to Barkley. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. The Eagles 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, That gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action with Hurts. Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Elliott Good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Archer to throw on 2nd down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Back to throw is Archer. Throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Throwing to start the drive. Archer. They'll find Lindsey here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Archer looking to throw on 2nd down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Archer now to throw on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Back to throw. Archer. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Archer. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Archer. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to be set up beautifully. A heck of a return down inside the 40-yard line.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach and said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. Fighting through at the 25. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Archer on 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Archer throwing again. His throw is going to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Archer. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Operating from the gun, Archer. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Once again, it's Swift. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And quickly, they get to the line. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
Looking to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Eagles 17.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way, and he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
8 yards on the pickup.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
And this play doesn't work at all as he's going to be marked down behind the line after the dive. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Back to throw is Archer on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Nolan Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from this ace pass rusher.
And third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Here's a throw to his Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Nolan Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Now Archer throwing on third and long. Under pressure, they got him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Second and 10. Throwing is Hurts.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Hey, 73.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 56 yards.
And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Archer. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Well, 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't need to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And they work this out past the 25. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking high its way once again.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Up the middle with Barkley. Now he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Archer now on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Keely Ringo picks it off.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Second down, 8 yards to go. They'll set up to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way game. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
He's back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Let's go.
Here's Archer throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Back to throw now in his own end zone.
Pass complete, got him.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line.
And partner, the tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown.
So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
It's intercepted.
It's Deonte Banks with it. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're out of the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably 3rd down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. That actually is an extra hope for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
3rd down and 1.
They'll try to run forward Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
85 yards on the ground here for Swift. He's got a first down as well.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under
under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket. Ends up...
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
As a quarterback, Charles, right now all he can do is shake his head. An interception the first time he touched the ball in overtime, and then again here on this drive.
And, Brandon, I would think in most cases, if you throw an interception in overtime, you're not thinking you're going to get a second chance, and he did, and threw a second interception. He's hoping for a third, but right now he's counting on his defense to hold him and give him a chance. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Archer to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week, but he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Yeah, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Archer. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact put the ball free, and it's 4th down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
That's another Eagles first down. First down and 10 yards to go.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And now with 6 seconds left in overtime, they're going to take a timeout. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This a 27-yard attempt here. And that is no good. And we will play on here in overtime. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Back to throw is Archer. Throwing to start the drive. Now into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime. They